Can you hear us?
Yeah.
It's probably gonna get us there faster.
Dang, I'll jump on. Tell us.
Okay, so... You're on camera now, so...
I was like, wait, where's the camera?
Yeah, well, I try and get our audio working.
I'm back.
Different time for...
I think I got it working. I'm not entirely certain.
Don't die, don't kill me.
My little pinky was like,
aren't you glad she said don't die first before not killing her? Yeah, her life is of value.
I would have tumbled and be like, no! Boosh, and like backhanded it out of the way.
Like, get a dice.
I think I got the microphone working. I'm just not sure if this video capturing, so I'm gonna...
Well, what you can do is you go over there, you play some sounds on the Switch, and I'll let you know if it comes to the system. But you have to move so I can see the other thing. Dad's in the bathroom, and then I'll go back down. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know. You asking me questions I don't know. So how many mimics do you want? 1 million.
How many mimics can you make?
We can fit, I think, 6 or 8 on a sheet. So he's like, how many do you want? I think, I don't know. Start with like 4.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
And he said, do you want a hole drilled in it? Because something about the file says it might fail based on like the cavity of it. I don't really know
whatever makes it easier to...
Yeah, I was like, I don't really know. He's like, well, there's gonna be a hole in your dice. It's like, I think it's open face. I think there's a big hole in the face, dude. He's like, well, you're not gonna be able to roll it. I don't think that was the plan, my friend.
Also, if you want, she's upstairs, you could ask.
I know. That's what I was like, well, I figured I'd ask you while I'm up here. Can you, it's catching my beep boop. Can you, is not receiving this insane.
I went live so that people could... You're not
live right now!
Yeah, so that... For our one
camera's on. It's me, I'm viewing it.
That's awesome.
On my phone.
Let me see.
So
well, I have to switch to the gameplay, so give me a second. Bye! See you later. I don't think this game went through. Got double mics, though.
I was messing with a lot of things.
Did you add a new mic?
Yes. My bad. Okay.
Unfortunately, all my lighting is making you guys are super loud.
I'm already very good.
Yes. And I'm here just to make it look more fun.
You guys right now.
Originally, I was just trying to do video capture to work. And just at some point, it just randomly started working. I'm like, alright, I did nothing. I don't even know how that worked. Coming into this being like, this is going to be a good relaxing time. We're going to be able to kind of maybe
It never is. That's why
every single time.
Stresses me out because it literally never is.
I think we have trauma at this point from trying to stream and the technology has never worked. Although it is partially because we get the setup to work, it works fine, then it moves or Elliot pulls things out, and then inevitably it doesn't work anymore.
I'm zooming
stuck.
I'm cropping it right now to get your faces, which means you guys are gonna be locked in.
I mean, you could just tilt the camera down.
Maybe making stupid faces while I paint the dice.
It's okay.
That's why I gotta sit off camera.
So
I'm sitting here like squinting like freaking.
Then I point out, you're like, I make a lot of faces. had someone tell me.
How am I supposed to know what you're thinking? Right now I think you hate me because you're sitting with your arms crossed.
I've never had someone say I'm easy to read, nor have I ever said someone is easy
Yeah,
to read.
literally. I was like,
Because someone could be easy to read, and I'm still wouldn't get it. Well, we really just need the video to the audio of the game to be playing. I could even start playing without the.
is it on your?
I can even start playing without the audio on the game. Just, okay, well we're getting somewhere.
See, I made you bigger. You were so tiny.
That's fine.
I mean the Haribo Bears commercials.
Yes.
Are you using TikTok?
Madeline, I don't think they put on any other commercial besides
Does
that
that
one.
look okay? That's not taking up too much.
You know
here.
how many times a day I watch that because it was one of the things that was like on the news channel? I think I memorized at least 6 of those commercials. Because of how often they ran.
Oh, this is just the beginning over and over again.
Yes. This is the 4th time.
I thought you were playing. I was like, Evie, slow down. Why are you typing so fast?
No. Auto playing for the last.
Zooming. Don't move. I'm zooming right now. Sit exactly like you're going to. Don't dare move. Okay. Now you may move.
I just wanted to get my water bottle as long as we're sitting here.
Because I can go PC solo. Oh, it's not working. Otherwise, I was supposed to be like, me stream time for me. Would be fun though. That's fine. As long as you're sitting here. Come on, guys. Come hang out with me. Yeah, we put on the little like. That's how I'm goofing with her now. Then hey girl, it's me. Hey girl, hey Cody. Oops. Yes. Now it's me time. We're playing me the game. I'll look behind the camera, if you will. You sure you mind asking help? There. Hi, everyone. And then I change it to. Yeah. I'm not gonna. Well, at the beginning of the week, I think I could have until I had to restart that one, and now I'm like 1,000 days behind. So I think I can probably like forward.
So the audio sounds good downstairs, Mom.
Good. Okay. Well, you are good to go. Yes. So I will be listening from over here.
Yeah, play the game.
We can put it in our Discord, be like, hey, we're finally doing it again.
No. I can if you want that.
You always are so much better with all the 1001 emojis.
That's because that's how I talk. That's when I was hanging out with my friend on Sunday. They were like, "Wow, you were so much more than I thought." And I was like, "Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing." I think this is the right.
I mean, it should be in the right position because I was just using it to do our test podcast the other day.
Well, you don't really need this on the top. What? You're not talking like this, dog. You don't need
No,
it.
but that's the whole point. It's supposed to be in front of the mic.
That's for when you're talking really close. It doesn't really do much when you're that far. It's a pop filter.
It's for ASMR.
Yeah. Just make sure you run the right setting. Yeah.
So I'll probably steal one of your backpack waters in a second. Yeah. Very nice.
Some ice and water.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It is nice music though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Those moments are complicated. Alright, fine starting this game. I don't even remember where I left off. We're streaming again, we've been gone for 2 weeks. All our stuff got moved. So we reset, we got more room now, we got actual chairs now, we're not both sitting on a bed. That's not Madeline.
Yes, it is. Don't believe her.
If you're someone who's just kind of watching this casually, though, you might not notice, so who knows. Believe what you want to believe.
Undergone a ton of plastic surgery.
Yes. But, yeah, we finally are back to playing Paper Mario. I was looking forward to playing this until we had to wrestle with the, computer for 2 hours. Now I'm just tired. But that's fine. We're gonna go play this. We're going to the next location, which I really enjoy once we go deal with the Mafia. So we had to sell something in our attic. Second floor, I guess? Second floor?
Yeah, it's not the attic.
That's close. This guy looks freaked out. What's going on?
I forgot about the ghost with boobs.
Yeah.
Until I looked up.
Good times. I'm trying to remember the controls. Okay, that's what that is. I do remember there's a secret way to get down to this undercity place. I'm gonna try and remember the controls. Totally missed that. Nice. But, so we had to move something in here, and then in order to get to it, we had to, like, essentially put the thing. I forgot that this distance, my thing doesn't react very fast. Great. So we had to move everything anyway, so we're like, you know what, let's go and just reset the whole area. So we got rid of like some extra tables and stuff that we didn't need in here, so we have a lot more room. Now we have a little bit of better setup. We have some footrest, we got some nice comfy chairs. We got a nice little bit more stable position now instead of being on a table. Now it's on a bookshelf, so we're getting places. And it's a better setup. I feel like we have it's much easier to see our screens now. We're not like 4 feet away from the screen, probably ruining our eyes more than we already do looking at our phones. So, better setup in general. And so we're going to try and get back into our Paper Mario playthrough. We had good flip with it before. We had to stop it because we had to go for a couple weeks. First we visited Erie in order to help my grandma with some like painting and stuff like that. I watched my grandma get a lot crocheting. Essentially I just go there and be an old person with them. And then after that we have band camp. So that side of humidity, nice North Carolina humidity, is the best. Although once you get like North Carolina and everything south, you just have to accept the humidity is going to be like 90% of your time after like June. I assume so. We have to get some later. This way. See if I can make a jump this time.
Y'all gonna have band practice this week with the storms?
We had it Monday.
Yeah, I came over this
So, yeah. So we had that. I got bitten by 4 bugs. Super great. I put bug spray on all of like my legs, my arms. They're like, okay, if we're gonna bite next to your sock, we'll bite your hand. Like, that just feels really sweet. But it was fine. It was like a week after we had band camp, so of course after that point you're just kind of like, okay, do you guys remember anything at all we taught you last time?
Nope.
Well, actually, I thought they were just gonna be like, okay, let's review today, so I told them I have to come and be like, oh, we're gonna review stuff today, and they're like, actually, we're gonna learn new things.
Oh.
And it was all stuff the color guard was standing still for, so I could have Mallory come in and teach them new stuff, but I didn't know that was happening. So we all kind of stood there and talked about Steven Universe for an hour. So. Yeah, it wasn't a bad time. But it was, humid and bugs and very humid. Very humid yesterday. Me and my mom have been trying to get out in the morning to like start walking, get more exercise and stuff. But like, man, if we hit anywhere past 8, it is just the worst. You don't even need to be hot. It's not even like the sun. It's just you feel like you have a second skin on. But by the time you're done with it, wow, that guy looks like he's seen things.
I love him. That's how I see Bing Bong.
Oh yeah, that's true. He would look like that. No, I guess he's just a little guy. I love that they have a little toad bartender. Apparently, from what I don't know if it was Malin or Elliot told me, but apparently for toads, their like little things are just hats. That's not actually part of their head.
I didn't like that.
I think that's dumb. So does that mean that they just look normal? Otherwise, they all just chose as a species to wear mushroom hats?
I want to know what's under the hat. Is it a big brain?
Well, like here, like her ponytail's clearly coming out of the mushroom part.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's?
Well, she's different. She's not. She's a Goomba.
Well, no, I mean like the little star lady. See, she has a little ponytail coming out of her hat.
She does have a little ponytail. Oh, I don't like that even more.
Okay.
What is a ponytail growing from?
Just, I think every time Mario stuff starts to explain stuff, to be like, it's better if you don't.
True.
Trust me, this is.
I think it's that like one person one time was like, yeah, they're hats, and everyone was like, gospel.
I mean, to be fair, I think most video game fandoms that have loose lore like that, where they're just like, well, what is it? And you're like, no, let's just not. I don't think that's a good idea. What do we got here? I don't know these before. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I remember I have to come back. I forgot this. This is so you don't get really expensive stuff for the end of the game. Obviously, I haven't been doing too right now. So we'll come back here later. You can't. It's easy to transport around here once you get a guy that blows up. But
How far in the game are you? It's hard to tell with some of these.
Yeah, we're on to the 3rd area, so we gotta go. We have to go get to the city in the sky and go become pro wrestlers, actually. So there you go.
Yeah.
But first we have to go deal with the Mafia because they need to give us a ticket. So, honestly, that's the biggest thing is that, like, Mario stuff was always like, this is cool, and they had, like, all these diverse species, and, like, this world feels lived in and stuff like that. And then later, like, the later Mario games, the reason, like, the ones on the 3DS were not as good is because they're like, no, only Toads, that's the only thing you interact with. Those are the only things that are living within the world. You didn't see, like, Koopas or Goombas, or, like, they didn't have partners anymore, and people were like, why? And then Nintendo gave their famous initiative of, oh, look, we're not going to include any new original characters anymore. We're just going to just Mario and his friends and 1001 nameless toads. And they're like, it's an RPG, so you kind of need characters for that.
I like those guys.
Piantos?
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I like them in Mario Sunshine where they dance.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they all try and arrest you because you happen to look like the guy that caused them trouble. I don't remember where I have to go next.
I don't think I've ever one time finished a Mario game.
It's funny because Mario games are not hard. I think the issue is that they're so repetitive, and the fact that they're very similar to each other, that it's very easy to play them in bits, but you don't ever play them for very long. Like, probably the one I played the longest was Super Mario Odyssey, which I did enjoy. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed exploring, but like, by the time you get to the third world, like, you know, there's a thrill of like, you find the suns, and you find the sacred things, and now you can turn to creatures, but there's a certain point where you're like, it's all the same, it's a lot, it's a lot.
Well, like, the, like, old ones, you know, you didn't have any, like, internet to look things up if you got stuck, so I just gave up as a child, and then the next stage of it was like, oh, I have to play the multiplayer ones with my sister, who sucks at video games.
Yeah. Well,
so I never finished anything.
We had Mallory was always like, like we always used to say, was the watcher. So like, I would play games and she would just watch me do it because she didn't like, either want to or really think to do it a lot in the beginning. And then, dang it, I missed it again. This is gambling, folks. And like, we didn't really, we kind of just group thought on like video games until like 12. So like, it wasn't until like the Nintendo DS era that we had portable games where we could actually like play them individually. And then, but like, everything we had to play was, okay, I've done great on this. It's like everything we had was multiplayer games because there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So naturally, you know, you gotta share the game systems. Even though, like, you know, for the most part, it was just Madeline and I. So it was, because, you know, the other 2 were not old enough to play
yeah,
the
but
game
see, y'all
for
got
long.
a bigger age gap.
Okay, I got it once. That makes it worthwhile. Okay.
Well, like the Super Mario Bros. For the Wii is the one, you know, where your second player, whoever falls, they get stuck in the bubble.
Yeah.
I would get, like, screamed at because my sister would fall, get stuck in the bubble, and I would just do the whole level without her. And so she'd just run to my parents and be like, Meredith wouldn't let me get out of the bubble!
Yeah, that would, like, Madeline was never necessarily bad at games, but that would always be her. I would usually be, like, 5 things ahead, and then she'd be, like,
Yeah.
We can, like, not play, and I think this goes for most families, we cannot play Mario Party without getting into a huge war.
That's true. I do that with my 4-year-old.
Because unfortunately, we have the next chapter of the Luigi story. I have Madeline to do her, like, cartoon voice. I won't try and do that, but, to be fair, Luigi will hold on to the story, so, like, he'll come back and do it later, but, like, we need Madeline to do
Yeah.
for that.
She's downstairs. She'll be here for a few minutes.
But, we had, Mario Party 4, and because we had, like, 4 games at the time, and that became, like, my, like, huge outlet game, so I played, like, every map on single player, which means you have to beat the computer players, and then the increasing difficulty, so I, like, knew all the games in and out. Okay, yeah, I have to go there. Do I pay him, or do I try and beat him?
I mean, you have a lot of money, so I just don't know how much money you need for the in-games. I think are expensive.
Yeah, I'll do it for now. I just do know that when I first played this game, I tried to beat that guy right off the bat, and then he killed me. So I'm always like, there's a point where you can beat him pretty easily, but like I don't know if I'm still too early in the game for that.
Gotta level up a little more.
everyone asks for money in order to, like, here, I'll help you. Pay me so I can tell you this junk because I stand in that corner all day.
The world works easy.
So I hit him with a hand. Somewhere you find it.
Everybody's gotta get their bag.
Well, I mean, this is literally a place where I just mine items. So.
Oh, yeah, look at his little angry face.
Yeah. There's like a guy that like here that like immediately wants you, which is great. Although one thing I found weird with this game is that there's like been just random changes to it that I don't quite understand. Like originally it's like, oh, he stole 15 points from me, and then he's like, oh, he only stole 5, and like, I mean the whole point was that he stole 50, and that was crazy. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's insane. This really is a place of rogues, and now it's like I can get 5 from killing a Goomba.
I guess if you're like a little kid playing it, like.
But if you're, this is something that Malin said to me that like makes total sense. If it's a game that doesn't have voice acting, it's not meant for kids. Because most kids can't read to the extent that like a game like this, you would need to know how to read pretty well.
That's fair. Well, yeah, this game specifically, but like others like Animal Crossing, dude. Willow can navigate Animal Crossing. I don't know how she does it, not being able to read. She's like,
yeah. I think what you classify as a quote-unquote kids game has to be something that like they could like has to have voice acting in it, because otherwise like you wouldn't know what's going on. Yeah. And we noticed that when we were playing Pokemon, is like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and like that's supposed to be a kids game. Like why do we still have no voice acting? The kid like you have like we had our 5-year-old that we took care of, who could figure out the types based on the colorations, but he doesn't know how to read, so he doesn't know what they're saying.
Yeah, he's not getting the game part of it.
And like he's like it's saying which like Pokemon's gonna switch in, so which one are you gonna change to? And like he understood the types, he understood the moves. But it's like he couldn't tell like this move from that move. He just knew they were both fire moves. And I'm like, Pokemon, you're like the kid-friendly game at this point. You should have voice acting.
Actually, pretty cool.
I can't tell if this guy's supposed to be like a Koopa or a snail.
I don't know. I think maybe he's just like cosplaying.
I mean, maybe. He has like a hat with his orange nose. I'm sure sometimes when you say no, they won't actually make you pay for it, but whatever. I do have a lot of money.
Cat on the box behind him.
Yeah, I like it looks like one of those little things that you can draw on, like, the little draw thing that they have on Nintendo DS, like a pick note or something like that.
Another one.
Drive stream, dizzy dial, say the color yellow. I don't remember if you have to activate that. Every time like you do a repeat playthrough and you just know what those items are to get, and you can just do it without like activating this event or not. I feel like you could, but again, I haven't seen it very well. So
Some games are smart enough to like grab it.
you never know. But I assume since one's a remake, they'll probably do something like that. But gotta go buy some. I knew there was something that you had to do in this shop. I just couldn't remember what it was. I just knew there was something that you had to do in that area, because that's why I kind of like down instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Get the grumpy lady to go and get a puff food. I remember when I first played this game, I was very obsessed with like getting all the recipes, even though I didn't really understand like what that was at the time. I was just like, oh, I want to be a completionist and get all the things. And then I'm like, I actually looked it up online, like, oh, there's so much more than I thought there were.
Have you ever 100% it again?
I don't think so. I think I've gone close to a few. There have been like a few that I've like been like, I want to 100% this. But just haven't done like all the way. I got close on playing on Nino Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch. I didn't complete that one though because it's usually when they have an arena or something that requires you to be like super strategic about something, and then you'll have to go and be like, oh, I was just
I feel
curious.
like it's
And so then you have to be like strategic and then deal with AI players, and then there's like strategies in order to make sure that you can actually beat it. And like, and I can do it for my own like skill level going throughout the game and fine. But like, once you get into something that's like, oh, you have to do just the right amount of things, you have to hope the AI is stupid enough to do this, and I'm like, no.
a lot of games, like the new ones, are I feel like almost impossible to 100% at this because there's like hidden trophies.
Exactly.
It's like, how do I know what to do if I don't know what to do?
I will say that I was looking at like I've been like considering like platinuming trophies. That's like for like PS4 games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's your mustache color? These are so curious. Even if I still think that they were much better in the original game because they're so better. Because again, like in Mario Party, like one of the maps was by like the boobs, so they had their distinctive noise. Since you played that so much, and also like Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And then they changed the sounds, and they're like, this just feels wrong. It's so different. I just love that we're dealing with like literally the Pianto Mafia here.
But they're so cute.
I got the angry eyeglasses. I like also that everyone we talk to in this town is always like, I'm gonna beat you up. And I'm like, I just am walking here. Also, I like the fact that he's like, you have some guts to, you know, come out here and demand this thing of you, and they're like, we're gonna go and like throw you off the balcony, and then he's like, actually, no, the fact that you came up to me and asked for it, I like you now. Like, cool, that was a whiplash of emotions in 3 sentences. Okay.
I did a big set of the preschool dice.
Oh yeah, those are the ones I got the little tiny ones on.
I like the little ones so much, I was like, let me see if I can do it in the big one. And it was success. It was much harder to paint than the little ones actually, though.
I imagine because there's like bigger numbers, so.
Yeah, these require more. This paint specifically, you have to do layers of them.
I always love it when the Mafia people ask for a favor, and you're like, okay, so who do I have to kill? Their little noses were ring. Fear of death and none, I love that.
What are you doing? Move all this stuff without dying.
Oh, Also, like, we're playing essentially the Mario version of Godfather right now, where we're going to go find his daughter who ran off with one of his hitman guys, I guess. He's great. I should be reading the text on here, but I've just not felt like doing it. It's already been a very long night with all the text stuff having to deal with. We had to, I don't know that much. Oh, that's cool. It's cardboard. But I mentioned before, we had to replug everything in, and one of our HDMI cords got bent out of shape, so I couldn't use it anymore. Then I had to reset up everything on our streaming platform because now it didn't recognize any of the sources anymore, and that just took a lot out of me at that point. So I'm like, I should be reading the dialogue. I'm not reading the dialogue. I feel kind of bad about that. Who the heck is?
We also need your voice.
I know. This guy has theme music. Oil prospector. So he's asking me to lend him money to go for oil in the desert. I don't even have money.
Not anymore. You spent it all bribing everybody.
I know, right? Yeah, you sound like a scam. Just gonna put it out there. I'm trying to remember where they are. Pretty sure. Yeah, there you are. Hey, Dad sent us. Dramatic music.
Get on a boat and run away forever.
Sure. I never saw you. And besides, I have to. That's part one of their thing. We're gonna have to deal with that couple 3 times.
Trouble.
Oh, don't worry about it. Also, your luck's gonna turn terrible. I've been threatened by literally everyone I talked to in the city. What is one more? Also makes you think, we have regular people just walking around up here, they're just hanging out, doing their everyday lives, and you go into the dungeon areas, and you're just killing Goombas and stuff like that. We would probably kill someone's dad down here. I always like to know the whole economy of okay, so what designates mindless enemy and what designates person with kids.
What level of sentience do these Goombas have?
Well, the thing is that in later Mario games, I've been that annoying people is that they were okay, they went from characters that had lives and cultures and stuff like that, and they're nope, they're all just nameless characters that all have the same copy-paste personality. And how can you still call yourself an RPG? Okay. I won't tell them. Yeah, because then she comes and rescues us. Also, I like the fact that they all literally wear skirts.
Yeah, it's they're little hula skirts.
I love how melodramatic this whole thing is. It's I go get the lovebirds who are all both being it's my fault. No, it's my fault. Also, Also, is that like just how every mafia story goes?
Yeah.
Like this is the same way it goes in the one in Zootopia. You know, like they're always just like the guy with the daughter and the who runs away with the random guy, and you gotta do something for him, and they're threatening to kill you somewhere along the way.
But Daddy, I love him.
Exactly. Also, I was like, you're like a son to me. Also, when they do the whole tough guy thing, like, like, I'm totally angry about this, and definitely not telling you to just go and run away and be happy.
It's the, go on, get.
I'm not crying right now. Can't tell the sunglasses anyway.
I'm allergic to this room.
What is a soap opera? You're a mafia person. That's the only way they can do that. You know, at least
I finally found the color for these dice. It only took me 4 days.
nice.
I did like a lavender, like a light lavender.
Oh, there you go. Where are those gonna be themed by?
I don't know. This was an experiment of, I got a black resin paste, and I wanted to see if it would work, and I love them.
I like that he's like, I have some intense emotions to compartmentalize.
Get out of here, I gotta deal with it.
I have all these feelings, I need to box them up so I can be here in the box again.
Oh. Can't let them know your next move.
It's just like, that's I think they're like the best type of villains are the ones that are like distinctly, still a bad guy, but they have like their moments of like humanity. I always like when you have like someone who's like a serious. That's why I think everyone finds like like mafia bosses. Is that kind of like honor code they
have?
Like
the family dynamic stuff.
And that they have this whole like idea of like, hey, I'm evil and I've ordered many people dead, but at the same time I still love my son or my daughter or whatever. Or they even have one of those like in Pokemon where they go and like they have like the leader of like their most evil team who's like literally like the version of mafia there that they like confirm as like kill people and stuff like that. And you're like, no, but he's also a really good dad.
Yeah, but he's really good to the kids he likes.
Yeah, it's like any of the ones that he like respects or he like are like of equal power to him, then he's like, yeah, you're cool. We can go after team even, And he's like, everyone else I'm gonna kill.
Yeah.
And I still plan to take over the world, but I like you, kid. And you're just like, cool.
Thanks.
And so there's something just appealing about mafia bosses for that. And you're just like, you're kind of like just cool, even though I know you're evil.
Yeah.
You're just cool.
It's the mystery. Like, I don't know if you directly kill people, but you might. And that's kind of neat.
Well, I mean, gosh, what's the name of the trope? There's like a trope I remember watching Trope Pop for the type of villains that are like charismatic, that are like, they're bad, but that's kind of the reason you find them so entertaining is that they seem so in control of everything, they always have an answer for everything.
They're also always hot.
Yes, that's it. Like, what was it? I can't remember the name of it now. I had it. It's not Charm.
Sounds good to me.
That's I know it's a way that you like classify like vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Because vampires are fascinating to look at when you look at as species. Like why they also super high, and like because they're meant to kill humans, so of course they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's like any sort of like prey predators or things. They're trying to draw you in. So it's like kind of like a Venus flytrap or something like that. Like
a beautiful danger.
Exactly. I'm like, if I look super hot, then the humans just come to me.
Yeah.
And then I eat them. But you've never seen a vampire. Because, evolution-wise, it makes sense. I do really like this area. It's a lot of, it's pretty much where you can go, and there's not, the battle parts are the most fun out of it. The in-between parts are a little slow, but, there's a lot of fighting here, so it's a great place to kind of, like, get really good at button timing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But that's fine, the thing as fast as we can, and we'll inevitably get pulled into a side mission that will take us, like, a couple hours, but then, you know, and then we'll go get it. I love the fact that there's always like a pig, some hot dogs. Like, nothing strange about that at all.
It could be turkey hot dogs. That's what I eat. They're better for you. Unless it's a Nathan's hot dog, then I'll eat them. Or well, okay, I take that back. I eat a lot of hot dogs.
We always had like the ones in Erie's were like the skinless, like reds.
A skinless?
Yeah, skinless hot dogs. I don't know how they work exactly. I just know they.
So we have red hot dogs all the time. That's what I thought was just a southern thing. But I don't know what a skinless. I want to look up what a skinless hot dog is. That's probably not going to be good for a Google search.
I think you probably should. You know what was the thing that I looked up, Malin looked up on Google, the other day that I, like, you ever had when you Google something once just for the sake of knowing it and then they won't stop showing you things about it?
Yeah.
Like a search, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, let's know
the
this
difference between
constantly.
a female or a male shark, and then they'll be like, here's 1,000 shark videos. I'm like, I just wanted to know it once. I didn't need any more than that.
No, like that, the Neopets Kickstarter I sent you guys earlier, I've gotten non-stop like, oh, you want to look at Kickstarters? You want some RPGs? Which, yes, but it's like every other, Instagram post is a different Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm. I've, probably given away too much money to Kickstarters.
Yeah, but it's so good.
I've only looked at, like, 5.
Yeah, you're on the low number of. Okay, my dad buys it. Oh, I don't think he does as much more, but he like when Kickstarter was a little bit more like a not as known thing. My dad backed everything, so he to this day still has things that like will ship to his house and be like, he's like, oh, I backed that Kickstarter like 5 years ago.
Nice. I'm still waiting for all the D&D ones.
Yeah.
The biggest one is that like I want is the Pokemon one that was saying that.
Yeah. I'm sad that's not gonna be out for long anymore.
Yeah, which, you know, it's fine. But, cause I got the high tier in that one, so my name's in the book. So,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just
We'll highlight. I'll get you to sign it next to your name.
I'll be famous one day.
Wow.
But, yes, I always like doing the all-in tiers if they have, like, reasonable, like, either a reasonable price for it, or a reasonable amount of things for what
Their
you're
bundles
asking.
were really good.
Like, Frickin' Moon was kind of like, here, we'll give you all the minis, all the miniature minis, we'll give you, like, 11 dice sets, like, 5 plushies, like, a bunch of pin sets, and all the stuff,
like a
and,
screen.
yeah,
There's
and
a
then,
bunch
like,
of things.
and then, like, the books.
Oh, you got the pretty book too, didn't you?
Yeah, with the special cover. So it was like, for that one, I was like, you know what? This is a really good package here. Like, sometimes I can go and convince myself that I'm like, oh, this has something, I don't really need that, so I'll go like the lower tier, but that one's like, I like everything here. I also just love the vibe of it. I love that sort of American folklore type of thing.
Yeah.
Because, American folklore has some very interesting things, associated to it. Like, it's just interesting the sort of, like, America's general, like, mythos history is interesting because the fact that, like, we borrow from a lot of cultures, but it's also amazing how much stuff happened here exclusively here because we're, like, oceanlanded. So, like, the amount of, like, mythos that exclusively exist here because they're, like, most of the mythos in, like, Europe, for instance, like, cross-pollinates because there's all the countries next to each other. Yeah. Here it's interesting because, like, some states are bigger than countries.
Yeah. A lot of things.
We were thinking about that, like, update on the... I'm kind of skipping through the dialogue here because it's not really important. We have to go beat the Yellow Hawk guy because he has the Crystal Star in his belt. So we're gonna go become pro wrestlers.
You go find your co-pilots. I gotta go home for a sleepy baby.
Oh yeah.
She probably went to get a snack. Or she might still be messing around with the 3D printer.
I think she's still down there with the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I could probably go help with.
Well, we might be able to get more information. I like these like bouncers. I can't tell if they don't have arms or if they just pull behind their back. But I would love if they actually didn't have arms. So their way of like stopping people is just like bodying them. How do you think? Oh, you're here again. What's up? Smells.
Look at everyone sits on the screen. I'll sit there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, the paparazzis are on cloud. That makes sense. Oh no, I'm kind of enough autopilot where I need to do them, though. How do I sign? I'm doing a little primal screen therapy here. We got all these different guys here. We got chain chomps, we got the bombs, rock hop guy, we got magic Koopas, got Goombas. I mean, Goombas are like at the bottom of the pecking order, so you know, shout out to them. And like that, it's like if that's just a hat, how does that explain what the heck is going on with this lady here? You know? Okay, so he does have arms. Okay, well that's boring. I was hoping that he like was just like a chest. It had no arms. That would have been funny. Looks like he does have arms though. Darn. So we'll have to become wrestlers. I love the very footlockery like vibes of this place. It's very gross. Save. I don't know actually where we're supposed to be stopping. I think he's. Oh, the hot dog up here. That's nice. Random hot dog just on a scaffolding because why not? I think he said at the end of the hallway, so I'm assuming once I get near the right door, the guy will move out of my way. Or it's literally at the end of the hallway. Okay. I don't know which door he told me to go in. Also, I like the fact that the guy like puffs up. So it's not that one. Also, what species the heck are these things supposed to be? They're like little nubs. See, so it's this door, which was not clearly marked. Like he's like a variation of like the Buzzy Beetles. I think. There's the ones that have the round, smooth shells. I think he's supposed to be southern. I don't know what exactly his accent is supposed to be based on this. He has a little suit though. Yeah, make me a cheer. It is such a difference that they made it so that the like another thing I have to say from the remastered to this one is like the fact that there's like back sprites now. Like originally it was like every character only you could see from the front, so like when he moved he just moved straight back and then moved to the side. So the fact that you can see characters like turn around and move does look pretty cool. See, it's so weird seeing his like back now. room later. Champion's room. Yep, don't worry. Soon enough, our picture's gonna be on that wall. Life with wealth and comfort. Totally sanitary too. Which means that the minor leagues is totally unsanitary. Now we sign our souls. I always like when you have a contract of some sort, it's like, and it's definitely always, we sign our soul away, now you give us the right to, harvest your organs when you die. I'm now the Great Gonzalez. But no, not bad. And like with her, she's just wearing a hat. What the heck is with her hair? For those who have played Ace Attorney, she very much reminds me of, like, gosh, what was her name? Gosh, now I remember she was here. Max Angard's secretary, Adrian Andrews, that's what it was. She reminds me a lot of her. They're just, secretaries just have this look about them, you know? It's always the same hairstyle with, like the piece in the front and the bun up top. Like, you know, princess fur and all that. As per your contract, you cannot quit until he releases you, so we own you for life. I like it's like, look at this other place, it's sanitary, and look at this place, it's not sanitary. You'll have no say in this. We own you now. You were here for other people's entertainment. Also love the fact that the thing on the wall is based off a Game Boy Advance. That's great. Always love, Nintendo doesn't do that as much anymore. Besides, like in like Pokemon sometimes, but like I always love when they used to reference their other game consoles in their like games. That was something that was very indicative of the GameCube and Wii era. Hey, bros. We have to peel the crowd at least once. Oh goodness. Sure, let's do that. Yep. Let's go fight some Goombas. If we really got completely destroyed by Goombas, then we really have bigger issues in life. Because, no offense, I mean, Goombella's awesome, love her. But I'm like, let's be honest here. Goombas are at the bottom of the pecking order in terms of Mario like that. We try hard heads the Goomba Bros. Ready for the fight? Always ready to bonk a fool or two. Also love the fact that, since we're beginners, there's like no crowd here. They're like, oh, who the heck is this guy? Strolling in late like he owns the place, because we do. We own this entire place. This is our ring, actually. Could be proud of this one. I do like when they put the conditions in the bottom corner for when you need to appeal. Let's see if I can get all of it once. And just like that, they are dead. Turn 1. Sucks for you guys. Well, honestly, you literally can't, that was a joke. We did it. Also, though, if you are being beaten by Goombas, then, that's a sad existence. Also, they're, like, at the bottom, and they're, like, talking smack about things. We should get some fight money out of this. Yep, see what I mean? 5 points. Nice. I'm gonna go talk to the people around here and see what we have. That's what we can do for now. King K, nice. Like how, like, you know, our little wrestlers. Master Crash. There's like an evil version of Shy Guys in this universe. Normally Shy Guys are, you know, shy, but I like the fact that, like, yeah, there's like these little bandit versions of them that are evil. I mean, really, it's good luck for you, because I'm going to annihilate all of you. You told me to move the microphone.
No, now that Meredith moved, I'm just going to do this so we can do you.
I don't know how much longer I'll do this, but, because I don't know what time we're on
Well,
right
I was planning to actually stay up here this time, and then, oopsies. Oopsies, one more time, I didn't have to.
Because Mary was just like, oh, I'm gonna go find your co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I know.
I had to, get some stuff going in there.
I'm also just tired because I had to fight with machinery for like
Buddy to help him out.
a few hours.
It's me, Captain. See, I didn't even get through cleaning out my stuff.
I'm gonna go fight some Koopas.
Koopas?
Because I'm starting my wrestling career as the Great Gonzalez.
Koopas and or Koopas?
Maybe. I'm gonna find my bro here, King K. And I do like the fact that, like, all these matches have special conditions. I do like the fact that they now put it in, like, the bottom corner what the special conditions are, so you don't forget them. Because I remember sometimes we did get them wrong just because we forgot we weren't supposed to do something. Merciless Executioner, the Great Gonzalez, and the Shell Machines of Doom, the KP Koopas. Like, it's like, meet my peeps. Don't use special moves, which I assume means any, like... I assume. I'm actually gonna switch the coops for this. So I have a turtle and you have a turtle. Actually, now I think about it. Well, I was thinking about... I was like, do I have these guys in my catalog? I need to get them in my catalog. Cause I was supposed to... now I realize, I'm like, I should have tattled on that guy with the... who's the paratrooper. Before I did that, so now I'm like, oh, I already knocked him out of that thing. What if I just got the... What if I just did this match, didn't fulfill the conditions, and then did it again?
Does that affect your scoring morale?
I don't think so.
Do you see them die somewhere else?
I don't know.
What guys are they now?
These, like, golden, Koopa Troopa peoples.
I'm gonna put it on.
Because I don't know if... I do know that there are a lot of exclusive fighters in this area that you don't see anywhere else, or at least you don't see until much later. So I'm like, I don't want to miss their catalogs because I didn't think first. So I suppose I could just screw the match and then do it again. So I don't complete the conditions, I won't go up in rank and I'll have to fight them again. Or I could run from the match and, you know, be a coward. I guess I'll just do I'll just not complete the conditions. Okay, I don't know why I said don't do special moves.
What happened to the sound?
No, I paused it. So it said...
Oh.
Apparently I did do the conditions.
Did you use a special move?
I don't know what it meant by special move.
Maybe a sweet treat.
Darn it. So I just missed them entirely. Yeah.
Reset. Did you see the very cool Twitch comment?
Which cool PB fart. Really?
PB fart. God! PB fart's funny. But don't give me a look. PB fart is funny.
If it was pee pee poo poo, then maybe I would laugh.
Open it up.
I'm also doing the fact that I'm like, how far back did I save? Yeah, I probably have to fight the Goombas again. Which, to be fair, I killed instantly, so... Oh man, it's all the way back here. Okay. get ready for me to speed press A on this.
This is nice because I can see from this.
Yep, so, long story short, one thing I do always try and do every time I do it, so we're just gonna power through this dialogue here. But, wish I could save these things. So, I always try and do the catalog because the thing with it is that, like, there are definitely some enemies in the game that, like, if you miss them, you just miss them. And there's, definitely I know a lot of them in this area. Because you fight them as fighters and they will not show up anywhere else.
So if you miss them, like, you're just screwed, there's no other way you can get them.
Yeah, you just miss
Can't
them.
you get them in, like, the 1000 battles?
I don't think so. Unless they change that. I don't feel like Googling it, though.
They might have in the remake.
It would make sense that they gave more ease of use, but I definitely know there are a couple ones like the iron like clefts that you have to go up against later that you need Yoshi in order to beat. I know that you can only fight those guys here.
If you came back and redid the challenge, would you?
Like you can't. No, that thing fell over. Like the thing is that you can't just like go ahead and stop your career and to start over to fight the lower tier fighters again. You know, I do always remember this room just because of the fact that it has like the little fuzzy carpet.
Yeah, the carpet's not bad.
Well, although I do admit I don't like it as much now, because remember it used to be really big and it was like up to your like waist with how high the fuzz was.
Yeah.
I do miss that now. Well, and also like the fact was I like just standing there sometimes because it would be like, cool, look at me, I have a carpet that's so high that it's like up to my waist because that's how rich I am. Isn't fun the things that you like you just land on you. Also, I like the fact that he's like itty bitty contract, and as soon as you get outside the room, Julian's like, so we own your soul, and you do everything we say, and you can't quit until we choose to release you. Bubba, yeah, or Grubba. I think he's supposed to be like one of those Buzzy Beetle things. Also, the fact that like is he wearing? See, I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be glasses, but they also kind of look like his eyes. It's so hard to tell, though. I mean, Mario's eyes are literally just dots, so who knows? Also, I was saying, doesn't she, like, remind you of Adrian Andrews?
So much, so.
Very much has a vibe, and she's even doing it for the same reason when you think about it.
She's gotta be inspired by it. She's even got the same hair, the glasses.
Well, we're not gonna, say it if people don't know the twist on this area's story, but, like, she's here for the exact same reason, too. Like, her motivation for working for this guy...
Love.
No.
I hope I could guess it.
Her motivation for working for Grubba is literally, like, the same as Adrian Andrews. And, like...
I don't remember her.
Her stories...
To me, baby.
Her story is pretty much the same. Just the...
We're in the PP4 area. Let's go.
That's why they're like, here, look at the major leagues, look at the champion leagues, and you're like, and then here's the, it's like, we believe in sanitary health conditions, and they're like, except for this place sucks. Who knows why we have footprints on the walls? I guess. Do appreciate the fact that the, when you power up the little, like, it makes the little Game Boy noise. So nostalgic. It will be a piece of cake. The first time I beat them, I used multi-bounce and killed them all. I mean, if you're getting killed by she's not a fan of, but, you know, you do what the commissioner wants. You know, now it makes me wonder, saying that, why are they calling them commissioners and, like, police forces? No, but I'm just like...
Maybe the people commissioned them to go find...
Because I know commissions were like things that like mercenaries did a lot. Like you go to receive a commission, you go to receive a job. Something go wrong on the... I mean, you can check on the screen. Yeah? Well, what happened on the other side of the computer? It still looks like it's playing on my side.
What happened? Okay, now it's bad.
Did we just drop frames or something?
No, like the whole thing crashed.
Okay, it looks like we might have lost everyone for a minute there. I mean, the good news is I'm just replaying what I already did.
This needs an Ethernet cable. Like, green cable needs to be plugged into that from the internet. I can't run off the Wi-Fi, which is running off right now. So it seems like YouTube was fine, and then it dropped it for an hour, and then YouTube went and then fine, and then dropped it. So just dropping in and out, I guess.
No, I'm so tired of working with this thing tonight.
Well, I wanted to finish Bonk Bonk.
I'm gonna catch up to where we were. But man, this thing... I think there's all these piranha plants.
Here 4 years ago. Yeah, you just have to refresh and it came back. For some reason, and I think it's due to it's not plugged into that internet cable, this green one.
I had so many cables I had to re-plug in here. I plugged in so many cords trying to get this thing to work today.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to keep track of my computer. It's as soon as I started mixing it pink, it's like, stop working! Do something else!
I thought it was a joke, but you know. We had to... So many things had to be moved, so many cords had to be plugged in, so much troubleshooting had to happen just to get this thing functioning. The fact they're like, and it's still not functioning. You're like, great. Love it.
Slay, queen.
I really want to stream. I really want to be a streamer. I want to play games and talk to people and have a community and stuff, and everything just is fighting against me.
I think this is everyone being like, what the heck?
Remember the early days when we used to drop streams all the time? Like our thing always used to pop in and out because we had the worst computer.
Oh, we still like
I know people found us before, and now I don't know if it's just the atmosphere changed in that time or what, but we just can't get any viewers.
I think, well, the trick is we're not consistent.
I try to be consistent.
It's really hard to be consistent in summer because there's so much going on.
I try so hard to be consistent. I just like the scuba guy. He's pretty chill. So I'm gonna go and actually save now. Didn't think I would have to worry about that, but I guess I do. I was saying that wouldn't it be cool if those bouncer guys were just chests with arms, and then you're like, oh no, they turn around and they do have arms. It would've been cool if they didn't. Alright, let's go fight some guys. Oh, now it's don't swap your partner out. It's fine, we need Goombella out anyway in order to do tattling. You me, girl.
I like all of that.
I like how it's, you know, if they're in the way of the door, the partner gets shoved out of the way. So we're just gonna do this fight and then we'll probably call it for the night. Because clearly this is just a cursed stream that's been fighting against me, so. It was nice to have a guest star for tonight. Do appreciate that. That was fun. But just like, man, I feel my energy's not here. I feel like I'm very boring on stream right now.
You're not, Evie. I think you have a very calming presence.
I suppose so.
You just gotta be confident in you and Bob Ross. You're not really making my night.
I'm glad I don't think I'm relating much to Bob Ross, who is like, you know, like a huge.
Good calming energy.
And like he's
You have calming energy like him.
like I was like he's like.
I need to, you know, watch more calming streamers. Less, you know, okay.
Because that's who you are, man.
Yeah, I already have enough of that in my brain. It's only obvious when I like meet people I don't normally hang out with, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm insane,
Our audience is mostly our sworn enemy and a bunch of dead guys. Well, I mean, I'm getting my butt whooped by these guys. I have some issues. Yeah, if the HP doesn't show off to begin with, it means I don't have them in my tattle log. Okay, I got tattle for these guys. Like pretty much a Koopa Troopa, but slightly different color. It's the shiny variation. I do always enjoy that multi-bounce. It's useful, especially when you have like a lot of Koopas to deal with, because then like if you get them on their backs, they can't attack. Yeah, the first couple of fights are not hard at all. Just didn't anticipate having to go through them again because I forgot I needed a tap. Now they all look drunk. We do rock. It's also interesting to see my screen monitor from where I can see like the chat to the screen like TV, and there's like a slight color difference. It's kind of 6 coins. Wow!
Hey,
I can almost buy a mushroom.
we're in the big leagues now, baby.
Where did bro go? The little bandit dude. There's a bandit dude in here. He's not here anymore. Oh yeah, definitely. Might be Elliot coming home. True. You want to know if in fact I'm related to this game entirely, but I saw on YouTube earlier. Yeah. Like, do they have? I feel like sometimes there's stuff in these lockers. So you know, oh yep, there we go. So there's I love it so much. Just like socks. There's socks. So you know how like the one time you looked up Black Butler on my phone, and now I keep getting random videos or articles about it. Perry. You want to do one more fight? Pokey triplets. Oh yeah, avoid using your jump on pokey triplets. I wasn't gonna jump anyway. This one's only hard if you happen to get the roll of the dice and they're like, don't use your hammer. You're like, well, I guess I'll die. We'll have to switch out to other stuff. So, like, I've been getting random, like, you know, either updates or, like, hey, here's where you can buy, or here's the different seasons and which ones are good, or like that. I've been getting a lot of, like, those videos. Because, again, you Google something once and all of a sudden they're like, here's, like, 15 things of it. So, but one thing that did show up that... Oh, these things are the worst. Well, these ones aren't the worst. The ones that are the worst are the ones that are in that one train station that are poisonous. Because no matter what game...
Olivia, make sure you're washing your paintbrushes into the shower. So you don't clog the sinks up with paint.
Go ahead, touch us, it won't hurt too much. Gosh, that's forgiving. Is the poison condition in any game is always the worst. So the poison ones are the worst. These things are just kind of... So I'm gonna kill 2 of them and I'll bring Boombell at Tattle. Because, I don't remember how much these guys do. But so they can either slam you or they'll, like, just chuck themselves at you. Hey, Perry. Now we don't even need a dog cam. See, Perry's just curling up on his own. To be fair, that's what Perry does. He is... Dang, missed that one. Come on. I missed both of those. That was terrible. Terrible. Anyway, so, there was this YouTube thing I was looking at that was essentially, like, I thought was interesting. So it says, like, why... Apparently there's, like, a trend where in anime, like, all the butlers are named, like, Sebastian. Oh my gosh, I forgot I still had, like, it's a... for a lovely thing. I totally forgot I still have that. Cool. So apparently, like, there's this, like, trend where, like, they all are called that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And the fact about it is that, like, a lot of people will, like, you know, like, where does this trend come from? Why do all of them share the same name? And a lot of people are like, oh, well, that must be from Black Butler, which is, you know, that's classically the butler, and that one, that's his name. And so a lot of people assume it's from that. But actually, it turns out, because it's, like, that's apparently the most, like, publicly known butler in terms of anime, but they're like, no, where it actually comes from is, like, there's actually a story, like a movie, like an anime movie called, like, Heidi Girl of the Mountains or something like that, and there's a butler in that one whose name's Sebastian. But the thing is that this story is, like, the equivalent of, like, the Cinderella story for us, where it's something that, like, literally everyone grows up knowing, and everyone is, like, has seen at least once or twice in their childhood. So, like, everyone has this understanding that, like, oh yeah, there's this story, this girl, and her butler named Sebastian. So apparently every, like, anime afterwards that calls back to that name is calling back to that, like, character. And I'm like, that's interesting. And it also just makes me think about cultural, like, things about, like, how we don't need to explain the Cinderella story here. But if you go to another country, you would. Because it's not as culturally known. Or like a Snow White story, you know? Like the Grimm's fairy tales. Like those things that we know here. That, like, you don't need to, you can walk up to anyone on the street and be like, you know how the Cinderella story goes, right? No. Like, there's even the fact that, like, you know, Cinderella story is like an idiom, too. Like, it's already kind of an understood term. Like, it's a cactus school. It's not just a cactus, it's a haunted cactus. Yeah, don't jump on it. Do not give the timing on that. And we're not going to jump on that because that would hurt, so we're going to switch back over. Really, the best one to do for most of these. I like how it's hit its body down to the fact that it's like just one now. Like the best partner for these, really, until you get Yoshi, is Koops, because he's the one that's not like affected by spikes. Both like Flurries and Goombellas, like main attack, will get hurt by spikes. Yeah, we won! Yay! But like, it just got me like thinking about like the fact like how many like stories there are that like we just grew up with knowing and understanding. That's why, like, you know, if you were to put like, if you call someone Cinderella, or if you were to go and be like, oh, the mice that turn into horses and stuff like that, we just innately understand those things. So if you call them back in other media, we just understand. But I think it's funny how many of those things exist in other mediums, especially when you go look at stuff like Japanese mediums, where you're just like, oh, this is just understanding. Everyone knows what the story is. They know this character, so it appears in a lot of other things. That's why you see it appear over and over again. But again, to an outside viewer, you wouldn't know those things, you know? Sometimes I just want to like study like pop culture from different like, you know, countries. But not like pop culture, like social media culture, like, you know, movies, TV shows, video games, if applicable. Oh, there's the little bandit guy. Oh no, he's trying to sneak in somewhere. He's being a creeper. Bee money. No particular reason. I'm off to go stalk her. I'm off to cause trouble. I should say, let me heal first. Since we do have a free bed here. You know, sometimes when I don't feel like healing somewhere, I'll just come over here and be like, okay, let's go rest in the free bed. Otherwise you have to pay for ins.
I love how you like slide it. It looks so comfy. I love sleeping so much.
Sleeping is nice. Anyway, so how are we doing on timestamp here, Madeline? Okay. Let me see what the next person is. The special moves are the, like, Sweet Treat Earth Tremor things. To confirm. That's like being knocked over by the door every time. I'm a bub. I don't think we have to... Yeah, these are just regular dry bones. We already have those. Bone banging rockers. That sounds like that could be horrible out of context. The dead bones. Also, how's this for Koops being like, hey, it's a bunch of you, but dead? Like, how does it feel to be like dry bones in this world? Where you just be like, I'm the possessed spirit of a dead Koopa. I do kind of miss how, like, originally it used to be like, now it's press A. Like you said, how it used to originally be like... Yeah, now this kind of just like, okay. They all have 1 HP, I don't need a lot to kill them. Literally just doing this for the whole thing. Oh, the days when 5 damaged a lot. Oh, to be in the early days of an RPG. Well, that was fun. Good job, guys. See you again soon. Now I got 9 coins. Look at me go. You know what she kind of reminds me of? Is like how like she's always like, you've met the conditions, and has like the, now I must be going, and like, you know, it has like the static text that never changes every time. Reminds me of like how like at the end of like every battle in Path of Radiance, like Soren would come and tell you like your expenses and like who died, and that was always like, either we did well, we did horribly, and if you will excuse me, I have other things to do. Like I remember that like set text at the end of every single one. I didn't see it the first time I played through because I said no. Like, do you want me to give you like an update at the end of every battle? I said no, and then I'm like, actually that's very helpful to tell how much money I have left. Because otherwise, I bought things and then ran out of money halfway through, so I was like, cool, everyone just literally spread the weapons around as best you can. Path of Radiance is the one that actually taught me math. And a handful of vocabulary terms. Anyone gives you lip, just tell them King K said it, back it up. Well, someone just screamed. Well, someone's getting mugged. Yeah, I'm gonna say because the fact he said, I'm just, since he like, you know, was like, hey, do we have a gag? That probably isn't good. Gonna throw it out there. Just might be some shady stuff going on here. Hate to say that when we're in a place that's like, you know, gambling and like illegal cage fights and stuff like that. Well, vaguely legal cage fights. But there might just be some shady corruption stuff going on here. Just gonna throw it out there. You know. Because every time you always have a fighter ring story, there's never any corruption at all in it. Spike Storm. I don't know what this one is. I think we got like a term limit on this one.
More red. I keep adding red. I need more red. And then I add more red. It's too much red. I add more pink.
Yeah, Alistair's just 50 Shades Red.
Problem is, he's actually not. He's like 0 shades of
You know, I'm betting you someone's used that as a fan.
80 shades of freaking pink and purple.
I'm betting you though somebody somewhere has written a fanfic with that title.
Asexual character, let's say it that way. Okay, what am I?
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying someone's definitely used it. I can't remember how to exactly say the name of these guys. It's like Black Kaito or something like that. When 5 turns or fewer. Yeah, we can do that. Lakitu, I guess? So are these like baby Koopas? Like, do they grow up to become Koopas one day? This guy. I like how he's just like a nerdy Koopa that rides a cloud. He's throwing eggs? That's like the worst.
I think I was
Thanks, bro. Piercing blow is always one that I like to get immediately because it's really useful for these really high defense enemies. I'm gonna switch you out because you can't do a lot. Well, I guess you could hit the guy in the back. Oh, thanks, Luigi. You did. My bro. Now we're switch. Try and attack him, but I don't think I can hurt him while he's rolled up like that. Yeah. I also just missed that attack entirely, so. These guys are very hard to damage. I could have used that like a couple turns ago, but that's fine. Yeah, I did not meet the conditions on that one because those guys are just hard to beat. Win in 5 turns or less. Well, it was on the 6th turn. It's because of guys, when they curl up like that, they become invincible. I don't have a padlock. Okay, well I'm gonna save them, we'll call it there. And I'll continue with that match again when we come back. We'll heal first. I got like this, I like we have this faintly like, you know, Year of the Dragon sort of music going on in the background. Very fighter-esque. Anyway, so we're gonna pause it there for tonight. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Hopefully we'll get more progress. We're trying to get back into the normal swing of things. So we'll be back Thursday, hopefully at an earlier start time.
Or maybe not.
Well, I really do want to try and get to an early start. I would like to do this for more than an hour or two. So, like, ideally, since I like to go to bed at 10, we'd be starting maybe at 7 would be nice. Or 7:30. But, yeah. I like to start a little early so we can get a little more done. Because I want to keep going, really power through to the later chapters, because those are where it gets really, interesting. So, we'll see.
Next time we'll hopefully have some stuffed animals in here, maybe the green screen.
Yeah, we got a green screen.
Probably not, because it's a busy week. That might be a next week thing, because I just have so much.
Yeah, we say that by every week. Every
No,
week's
this
a
week it's
busy.
serious because we have that con and
Every week's a busy.
I'm
week.
like 30 paintings behind.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. I'm like,
So I'm
we
it could
haven't
be
had.
a free week for you, dog.
No, it's not a free week for me. I'm saying that we've not had a non-busy week in like 2 months. We have nothing but busy weeks.
You don't worry, Perry's got it, guys. He's gonna keep us.
I like the fact that like he hears them barking, and then he goes into the hallway and starts barking before he even sees what the threat is. He's just like, I'm gonna bark anyway.
I can hear the garage is just opening. That's what he's barking at.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks for those who did tune in.
Me.
We're gonna get back into it slowly but surely.
Never. Just kidding.
One day we'll have 3 viewers again. One day.
Hey. It took us a long time to get there. Just kidding. I freaking was crazy and grinded it out the first
I don't know
time.
how we got it in the first place. We'll have to go back and see on it. Maybe we need to play more Pokemon games.